Okay, real quick, we had a question. I don't have a gi on, but this ultimately doesn't matter. Yes, somebody could grab a hold of the cloth on your pants, but the technique is going to be the same. We had a question off of the guard retention video that I put in there, which was just some concepts based on another question. And then the follow-up that just came in, somebody asked on the comments was, what happens if they wrap up your legs? And so I clarified, you mean overwrap your legs with their arms so they're pinching your legs together? And the answer was yes, that's what it means. So let me show a couple things from there. So go ahead. So Arthur here, okay, let's say he does this. First of all, there's a whole conversation that needs to be had about why I let him in this space to begin with, okay? And that's part of what I was trying to talk about in the beginning, but I understand that could happen and does happen sometimes. Just for the camera, can you put your head on the other side? So he's got basically my knees pinched together, my whole legs pinched together by virtue of having my knees pinched together here. He's wrapped around my thighs, and from here, typically he's going to have his head on one side and his body will be coming around to the other side, okay? Now, there's a couple things I can do, and that depends to some extent on how far into this he is, where his weight is, how far up my body he's climbed. One of them is a traditional wrestler switch. So if he starts to come around to this side, okay, build whatever base I can, and then he's going to come, and then essentially my elbow here is making a frame in between us. So as you start to circle around to pass, okay, I let him come to me, and then what I'm doing is grabbing his thigh, but if you look, just walk away again for a second. If you look, I'm also locking down behind his own upper arm so that now he can't even pull his arm out, right? His shoulder's kind of locked, so come around again. So I'm not really trying to reach from here. But what I'm doing is, if you keep coming to pass, okay, it becomes very hard because he can't advance up my body. So what he's going to typically start doing, even if it's just a tiny little bit, is he's going to start to conservatively walk around to the other side, in which case I just switch my base, and a very easy reversal. Okay, that is one option. So if Jake comes in, tackles my legs, okay, this is hugging legs position. So as we hit, okay, the moment that I go down from here, I'm immediately moving his head offline. And you notice what I do from here all the time. Go ahead, hug. If I slow this down for a second, both of my hands go on one side of his head, whichever is the more accessible. Right now, see, I'm kind of rocked onto my right hip. So I'm going to use that, since that's the angle I'm already moving. I want his head here. So what I do is I move myself, make the connection to this side of his head, and then I lock my arms out. Okay? So I'm both guiding his head down and away from me, right? So if he tries to come back into me right now, he is blocked out by bone structure, not how big my muscles are in relation to him. Okay? Once I have 2-on-1 here and he's offline, I don't wait. I'm immediately coming up here like this. And if he lets go, I can easily stand up. Okay? If he holds on tight, like he's down there going, to kill you, right? He holds on tight, he's got a death grip. What I need to do at this point before he circles around me, because he is hugging both of my legs, right, so he can pass, is I'm going to get my butt up in the air, because if I've lost my legs, the next line of defense is your hips. Okay? So I'm literally going to block him out with my hips and my butt. Okay? So as he starts to come into me at this point, I get up from here, and now I pull out.